Hey guys, I think you might be able to see me. I think there's just a little bit of a delay, but welcome to Pretty Little Liars Chat. I'm so excited to be here with you guys again today. And if you are watching here on Instacator or on my YouTube channel, just go ahead and give me a shout out, say hey. And if you're not logged on, tell me your name because I'm going to give you guys a shout out to say hey to you all. Someone saying that they love PLL. I love PLL. Tell me your name. I see you talking to me on Instacator. Hi, Emily on Instacator. How are you doing? I'm going to go over to YouTube and see who's here. Jennifer, hugs and hearts, and Brooke. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. So there were so many things that happened in last night's episode and a lot of interesting things, like specifically Mike and Holbrook. But honestly, got to be totally honest here, I was a little let down because we did not find out what is in that freaking barrel. And I was just sure that we would find out in this episode. So, like, I'm wondering, when do you guys think we're going to find out? Now, I will tell you that Cody Christian, who plays Mike, tweeted that next week's episode is going to be epic and we don't want to miss it. So I'm hoping that he's kind of giving us a hint about the barrel and that we'll find out who is in the barrel, because if it's a what is in the barrel, I'm going to be very disappointed. Any more thoughts about who is in the barrel? A lot of people are saying Paige, Mona. I've heard all kinds of things. A lot of you thought Holbrook, but then he showed up in last night's episode, and we will get to that in just a little bit. But basically, this was Cody Christian, aka Mike's episode, and Mike has always been a little bit creepy, but I think this tops all of them. Like, the creepy factor was totally off the charts. Let me know right now what you think about Mike and what you think about his role in last night's episode. I'm seriously getting A-Team vibes from him. I have always felt he was kind of weird, and maybe he was dating Mona as kind of a setup to get close to her and find out information from her. Someone's saying that they cannot deal with not knowing what's in the barrel, and I completely agree with you because it is freaking me out. Like, they're dragging it on. If they drag it on for like one more episode, I may have to send like Marlene King a tweet and be like, hey girl, what's up? Like, what's in the barrel? Quit stringing us along because I know you love to do it, but like I'm getting tired of it. Tara, hey, what's up, Tara on Instacator, saying that it has to be a human in that barrel. So I'm totally hoping for that, because if it's like an animal or something else crazy, then I'm going to be like really upset with this show. Like, why did you let me down? Hello to Jardy on my YouTube channel, who's saying, do you think Mike is A? No, I don't think that Mike is uber A, but I really, really think he's on the A team. But I have to wonder, like, what are his motivations for being on the A team? And if any of you guys have theories on that, let me know, because I want to know what you think. Hugs and Heart, and what's your first name, Hugs and Heart? You're saying that I think he's been blackmailed. I could see that too, but obviously he's not listening to his sister. He is still going back to see Allie at the end of this episode. So why do you think he's going back to see Allie? I'm going to say that I do not think that he is on Team Allie. I don't think he's helping her. I honestly think he's tormenting her, or maybe, like someone said on YouTube, maybe he is being blackmailed to go see her. So, like, what was he doing? I guess, was he at the lake, or what was he doing out in the woods? Why was he bringing, like, a bag of sour gum and candy? I mean, I love me some sour gum and candy, so maybe he was leaving that for me. I don't know. But, like, what was up with that? It looked like a bag of candy, so he was obviously leaving that for someone to pick up. What are your thoughts on that? Who is supposed to pick it up? What's he doing? Is he being blackmailed? Is he on the A team? Brooke is saying, hey Brooke, what's up? Brooke on YouTube is saying, I think that Mike might have killed Mona, especially after Mona's friend told the girls she heard someone on the phone the night before her death. Okay, I like that theory. Brooke is talking about Leslie. So we had a new character last night, Leslie, who claims to be a friend of Mona's, which I've got to say claims, because on this show you just never know. She may be on the freaking A team. She may be somebody else. She maybe never met Mona. I don't know. Or she could totally be telling the truth. You know, who knows? But Leslie was saying that the night before Mona died, she was on the phone with Mona, and like a man or a guy who sounded angry was saying like to get off the phone, and she thinks it's Mike. So do you think that was true? And I wanted to talk about Leslie. Like, what are your thoughts about her? Do you believe her? Or do you think this is another setup? And she obviously had been in Mona's room before because she knew about that secret book. Jardy is saying, what do you think Mike and Mona were arguing about the night before she died? I have no idea. That's a huge mystery. And I hope that the show will like kind of retrace the steps before Mona's death. Like I would love to see them arguing and see, I want to see like who was on the other, who, you know, Mona saw was killing her. I totally want to see that. Like I hope they will go back and show that to us. Someone else on Instigator saying that they don't trust anyone on this show. I feel you on that because it's so hard. And obviously the show's creators play with our minds every week because it seems like every week someone else looks super shady. And then you're like, oh my gosh, wait, are they on the A team? And pretty much everyone at some point has looked shady. So like anyone could be on the A team. And that's what the show loves. And they love to do that to us because they know that keeps us coming back. So yeah, I mean, it's so hard. I don't know if there's one person who I think is like, oh yeah, I totally trust them. They're totally trustworthy. No. So let's move on to Johnny because Johnny had a pretty prominent role in this episode. And to be completely honest, I have never liked him, which if you watch my videos or watch me here on Instigator, then you know that I'm not a fan. His face, honestly, is creepy to me. His whole vibe is creepy. Some of the things that he said last night totally make me think he's kind of obsessed with the Allie story. I mean, he had that poster and he was talking about the town being built on whispers. And I think he's someone like caught up in the hype and he's almost like a paparazzi or someone like obsessed with this whole story. So he shows up to get info. Now, I did have a really interesting comment. Someone tweeted to me today that he was in season 1 and he was at Noel's party. I would have to go back and watch that. I've seen every episode, but I don't remember that. So that's really cool. So that may tell us something. He must be connected to some other people, or maybe he has like a Nat team connection. What do you guys think about him? Over on YouTube, Hugs and Heart is saying, did Mona talk about Leslie with her mom before her death? I don't know. Did they talk about that last night? I don't remember that, so I don't know. I am not sure if that happened or not. Lily, what's up, Lily? Lily is on Instigator. She's saying that she misses Mona a lot. And it was cool to have some Janelle Parrish flashbacks last night, although I know that the mumbo jumbo, like cryptic things that Mona was saying, they have to mean something, like the whole stopwatch spiel and the weird stuff about Allie and all that. I mean, I've watched it twice. I would have to watch it more to really decipher what she was saying. Because you know, everything Mona says when she was on those crazy rants, all of that has a certain meaning. And she's probably talking about people in the show. Did any of you think you have any clue like what she was talking about? I would love to hear your theories about what she said in the flashbacks last night, what you think that meant. Because you gotta admit that means something. Jardy says that they think that Spencer is falling for Johnny, but I think he or she, I'm not sure, Jardy, if you're a guy or a girl, think that Johnny has a major role to play, maybe one of Allie's ex-boyfriends. I do agree that Johnny is not just probably a random. I also think that this has been set up, and I've said it before, this is a setup from the beginning for him to take Toby's place. I think that he's going to hook up with Spencer. Now, I don't know if he's going to hook up with Spencer because he genuinely likes her or because he planned on that. Because he talked about being in Italy and he wants to have a lot of things in common with her. And I think it's a little too convenient. I think he is trying to be with Spencer. So there's something up with that. I think he definitely has a past. And the whole machine about the whispers and all that, that means something. That had symbolism. That was pretty obvious. So we need to talk more about the discovery in this episode, and that discovery was the tape, the mini cassette tape, which I didn't even know you could get anymore, but there was a mini cassette tape inside an Edgar Allan Poe book in Mona's room. So again, I'm sure that book means something. Everything in this show, has a deeper meaning. Basically, Leslie pointed out to Hannah a Poe book. And first of all, Leslie takes that to the brew, runs into Mike. Mike immediately recognizes it, which was very shady, and freaks out and tries to take it. And he's like, I need to put that back in Mona's room, almost as if he totally knew there was a little secret in there, because at this time, Hannah had no idea. That was just so shady. And then back at Hannah's room, Ramona's room, Hannah discovers there was something more than just pages of a book in that book. There was actually a mini cassette tape. So this cassette tape is really important. Hannah goes back and plays it with Caleb, and they find out that it is Bethany's voice. It looks like she's being interviewed, or it sounds like she's being interviewed maybe at Radley. And she keeps talking about someone who is a bitch and is evil, not just like, you know, an evil girl, but like seriously evil. So I started thinking, oh, she must be talking about Allie. And Hannah's like, she's talking about Allison, right? But there's no way. Like, it has to be somebody else. And she's talking about this person who's getting her way with men. And then later on in the episode, the girls are like, it must be a setup. Like, Bethany must be talking about the night that Allie supposedly died, like when someone hit her over the head. That was probably a setup of some kind. So what do you guys think about the Bethany tape? Who do you think, more importantly, Bethany was talking about? Because I think that's really important. And I have wondered this, and I know that a lot of you have too, but I have wondered, like, are we ever going to find out what Bethany looks like? Is she going to end up looking just like Allie and Hannah? Like, is she going to be blonde like them? Someone says on Instacator that they still have mini cassettes. Well, that's cool. Like, what do you do with those besides record yourself, I guess? Because I didn't know anyone had those or the cassette player. But anything can turn up on PLL. So if you guys still have it, then hey, I don't know what you might do with it. Maybe that's kind of what they do when they take like your confession, like at the police station. They record you like on a mini cassette. Hugs and Heart over on Facebook is saying, good point. Maybe Bethany was talking about Cece. Okay. Yes, I hadn't really thought about that, but that is a good point. Jardy on YouTube is saying, I think that Mike was the one who went in Mona's room to get the rest of the cartridges at the end of the episode. Yes, a lot of people think that the very last clip where you see the person who is supposedly on the A-team going in there to look in that book, and they're all mad because the cassette is missing, is Mike. Even if he's not on the A-team, maybe he dressed in black to go in there and get that. He totally knew that that tape was in there. That's why he was so angry when he saw Leslie with the book. Jennifer saying that she thought Bethany was talking about Jessica De Laurentiis, who's Allison's mom. I also had that thought. Maybe it's Allison's mom. I think she's had an affair, right? So that could explain her getting her way with men, and she probably got her way with people in the police department. Amy, hey, what's up on YouTube? Mona Stopwatch seems to be talking about being going into people's houses and seems to want to drive Allie crazy. Yeah, maybe she's kind of talking about when she had her little thing as A. I can totally see that. Eva has just shown up on YouTube. Hey, Eva, what's up? Oh, okay. So Lily says this is how she practices her line. So I'm assuming that you're an actress, Lily. That makes complete sense to me. Unlike PLL, everyone doesn't have like some sinister use for a mini cassette tape. So yeah, that is really, really cool. Awesome. So yeah, I'm learning something every day. People still use mini cassette tapes. You can obviously still buy them. Okay, so Talia. I thought that Talia was weird. Like, obviously she called into work and she was acting just strange and kind of off at the beginning of this episode. Does anyone know why? And does anyone trust Talia? We had the hookup that we knew was coming. Emily and Talia kiss. So I'm wanting to know now, if you can let me know, do any of you ship them as a couple? And if so, have we figured out an appropriate name for them? At this point, I don't really care. I still don't trust Talia, and I haven't trusted any of Emily's girlfriends, but I feel like every time someone leaves Emily's life, she is really like on to the next 2 seconds later. So that kind of annoys me. So that's why I can't really care anymore about who she's dating, because I know when Talia disappears, it'll be somebody else. Hugs and Heart on YouTube is saying that maybe Mike thinks that Mona faked her death and wants to solve it. Yes, I've thought about that too. Maybe it always seems like on PLL, if they're making someone look like an uber villain and it's just over the top, then that's not what they're doing. Like with Ezra, he was, trying to write a book, and Toby was trying to help the girls. Maybe Mike is just trying to solve Mona's murder or figure out if she's really dead. I could see them going in that direction. Brooke on YouTube is saying she does not ship Talia and Emily. I do not ship them either, so I'm with you. And Jennifer does not trust Talia at all, does not ship them. I have been reading a lot online about this season, and I have not found very many people who ship Emily and Talia. And I think, like me, people are kind of sick of the revolving door of women and jumping from one person to the next. And usually the person is not a great choice for Emily. So yeah, I think we're tired of them, or tired of it. So can anyone figure out what was up with the candy or whatever, that mysterious package that Mike left there at the lake, I guess? And like, why was he there and what's up with that? Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got a really cool comment. Eva's saying that Johnny isn't a new character. He was, I think you meant to say stalking Spencer in season 1. And I think before you came on tonight, Eva, we were talking about how someone tweeted me saying that he was at a party of Noel's. So he was stalking Spencer. Did she realize it? Because obviously she doesn't, or doesn't remember, because she's all kind of cool with him now. I want to hear more about that, because yeah, Eva does not like Talia and Emily either. Neither do I. But I want to hear more about this Johnny guy. And you know, it's weird because I don't remember him, but let's be honest, season 1 was like a long time ago. I know some of you have watched it, you know, several times, and some of you may have watched it more recently than I have, but that's interesting to me. Like, I'm going to have to go back and watch. Like, if you know which episode he was in, or episodes, let me know, because that is super interesting to me. I thought it was interesting, there I'm saying that word again, that Ezra wasn't in this episode. I don't think he was in this episode. Yeah, that was definitely interesting. We have to talk about Holbrook. I almost forgot. So Holbrook was acting completely cray in this episode. He is, you know, on probation basically because he broke some police code, or he had some violations within the police department. What do you think that he did? I guess it was inappropriate behavior. What do you think was the inappropriate behavior from Holbrook that got him on suspension? And then, like, he pulled Hannah over near the end, and I don't think Hannah was doing anything wrong, but he was being really weird. But one thing that he said that I believe is, he was like, you know, you have the wrong file guy here. Like, I wasn't like basically saying he wasn't cleaning up the storage unit. Like, he's not, you know, working with Allie. He didn't help with Mona's murder. So there is all that. I think that's true. I think that he, you know, he's kind of being framed. As much as I don't like Holbrook and think he's a creep, he's being framed. Thank you, Hugs and Heart, who's saying that it is way back when we see Johnny, season 1, episode 3. I will go check that out, because I want to learn more about Johnny now that he's been reintroduced. Jardy is saying that they think Mike left candy for Mona because Mona's faking her death. It's a trap to find out whether or not she is dead. So have there been any mention before of what kind of candy Mona likes, or that she likes candy, or that she likes a specific kind of candy? Because that candy and what that candy was could possibly be a really big clue, Jardy. That's great. That's great thinking. And I couldn't really tell what that candy was. It kind of looked like rainbow sour candy and kind of looked like gumdrops. So if anybody knows about any kind of candy reference to Mona, let me know. Jardy's also saying that Holbrook is being blackmailed. I'm starting to totally believe that, because there was that rumor circulating around that he went to visit his sick father. When Hannah checked that out, the father wasn't sick. The father hadn't seen him. So someone is starting rumors. Someone over on Instigator is saying all of the men on this show are different degrees of creepy. I think that that is just a spot-on statement right there. Like, can we name one guy who has been, like, totally normal and we're not suspicious of, and they seem really cool? I would have to really think hard. But then again, when you think about all the girls on this show and all the women on this show, who isn't shady there? Can we name one person who hasn't been shady? No. Well, you know, Emily's not been too shady. I've never really thought Emily was A. But, you know, hey, Vladimir, what's up? Mona is alive, according to Vladimir, and the candy is for her. So we've got 2 people on here saying that, and that's good. I like that. But, I mean, guys, we saw Mona's body in the trunk, and I would have said before that she was alive, but that was really convincing. Maybe she was just, like, in, like, a passed out coma stage with her eyes open, but come on, guys. How are you going to argue with the fact that we saw Mona's body? Unless maybe it's Mona who has the twin. Have you ever thought about that? Because that could totally be, you know, what it is. Hugs and Heart is saying that Andrew is normal. Oh, wait. Because I'm having, like, a blank brain moment here. Remind me who Andrew is, because I'm like, oh my gosh, who is Andrew? Who's Andrew? Oh, Eva, Pastor Ted, thumbs up. I have never, ever felt weird about Pastor Ted. It probably is going to turn out he's on the freaking A team because he's just too nice. Vladimir's wondering, where was Toby? Good question. I bet he reappears next episode. Eva is saying 4 websites are saying that Johnny back in season 1 was watching Spencer from Melissa. Oh, and that Toby, that he's currently watching Spencer from Melissa, and Toby finds out, ooh, this is a spoiler. Maybe I shouldn't keep going here. I'll stop it at that because I know some of you hate spoilers, even if this may not be true, but I'll just stop that real quick just in case, because I don't want to say something and then that comes true and I give you guys a spoiler. But thank you, Eva, because I'm going to check that out. I will definitely look into that. So let's just get a poll on who do we think is on the, let's just start shouting out. At this point in season 5, who do we think is on the A team? Who do we think is Uber A? If you guys were online, of course you are, were this past week, there was a lot of buzz circulating and people kept tweeting and writing on my YouTube circulating about Aria being A. There were some pretty convincing theories out there. When I read them, I started really believing that she was Uber A, and like, I swear I switch my mind all the time, like who is Uber A and who is on the A team. There's certain people who I'm just convinced are on the A team, like Ren, but I don't know about like who's Uber A. And then some people say that Hannah's mom is like the Black Widow, or that she's Uber A, and I just kind of want to get a feel for what you guys are thinking right now, like who is on your A team currently, because for me, if you're like me, like it changes all of the time. So go ahead and tell me who's on your A team, who's Uber A, and are you like me? Does it change like all the time? Okay, Vladimir saying Toby. So is that A team Toby or Uber A Toby, Vladimir? Hugs and Hearts saying, I think one of the girls is A. I really honestly hope that, but I don't know if they're going to do that. But Hugs and Hearts saying either Aria or Hannah. Jardy is saying Paige is on the A team. Listen, every week on my YouTube channel, I'm going to give you guys a spoiler alert. Every week on my YouTube channel, I name a subscriber of the week. I'm getting ready to shoot my video to go up tonight for last night's episode. My subscriber of the week this week thinks that Paige killed Mona. And this is the first time that I'd heard this. And she said that's why she took off to California. No one can hear, no one's heard from her. And, it was an athletic person who did it, and she just wore a wig. So I like it because it's thinking outside of the box and it's different. And she talks, how many times did she tell Emily like to get away from the bad influences? I don't know. Then she also went to like a team or club meeting for Mona, so who knows? Hugs and Hearts saying Melissa. Eva says Aria. Brooke is saying that Talia could possibly hurt or betray Emily because the other 3 girls have been hurt. Hannah and Mona being A, Spencer and Toby being on A team, and Aria and Ezra being A. Okay, I could totally see that. I think Talia is there's something definitely not right with her. She seems like she's having some kind of crisis and always with strange mood swings. So she makes me very nervous. Eva is saying Holden is on the A team. Okay. Jennifer's saying it changes for me all the time, but I think Melissa is on the A team. I kind of always thought that Melissa and Ren were had this partnership and they worked together on the A team, and now they're in England, but they're still doing something from England to be part of the A team. And I've told you guys this, but I've always thought someone's parent most definitely has to either be Uber A or on the A team, because some of the stuff they pull off, I just don't see it being all high school people. So I'm completely thinking that someone's parent is on the A team. So if you're just now tuning in, or if you've been with me the whole time, Cody Christian, who plays Mike, was tweeting that next week's episode is going to be epic and we're going to not want to miss it. And to me, that means we're going to find out what's in the barrel. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think we're going to find out what/who is in the barrel? Because I hope so. And I hope that when we find out what's in the barrel, it doesn't disappoint us, because I never know with this show. I mean, you just never know about them. Amy is saying that maybe Mona is dead, but Mike is leaving Candy at their spot. Okay, maybe he's doing it for a sentimental reason. Maybe they used to hang out there and eat that specific type of candy, and now he just brings it to be nice in hopes that maybe she's not really dead, because, hey, we still don't have a body here, so maybe he's just kind of hoping that she's not dead, so he's bringing her the candy, and he hopes someone will take it. And maybe, I just thought of this, maybe someone has been taking it, but it's someone from the A team, and he thinks that it's Mona. And maybe they're even leaving him notes. I don't know. My mind is running wild. Hugs and Heart is asking, what two people do you wish for in a relationship you can mix however you want? That's a really good question. Sometimes I think that Caleb and Spencer would be good together because they're both like really inquisitive. They figure things out. She's kind of like a detective and he's really good with all the tech stuff. So I think they would make like such an amazing team together. I really like that. You guys can ask me any questions you want to because I think that is super cool to answer. I like to share my opinions with you guys. Amy is saying that Big A is Ren, and I know a lot of you think that. To me, honestly, I said this on my YouTube channel and someone was like offended, but I would find that boring if Ren were Big A just because he's not in the show a lot, and you know, I don't feel very passionate about his character. It wouldn't make me angry. Like if Arya or Hannah or Emily or Spencer were A, I would be like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. But if you think about like what Toby's the real actor behind Toby was saying last week, that it's going to be so obvious, like when we find out who A is, because there's been little clues all along, and I can't wait to like go back and rewatch everything to find out. Eva is saying, what if Caleb is A and everyone loves him and he can hack? I know, I have actually had this thought several times before, and when I bring it up, people are like, no, it can't be Caleb, but he definitely is shady. He's got some criminal stuff in his past. He knows how to hack into things, and he's so good with technology, which means he could be sending those A texts from like all kinds of phones. But what's his motivation? That's what we have to figure out here. Brooke saying that she heard Cyrus is coming back next week. Cyrus is Allie's once friend who ends up betraying her, and I don't know, he's crazy. Hugs and Heart says, I wish they went more with Mike and Hannah plot like they mentioned in an episode. You mean like having those two together, or explain? Because I'm not sure what you're talking about. We have about 3 minutes left, but go ahead and keep talking and getting your questions in because I'm having a good time with this. Let me just flip it around and ask you, because someone asked me, Hugs and Heart asked me, which two people on the show who have not been in a relationship would you like to see in a relationship? Because I think that is a really good question. And I was honestly getting really wrapped up in the whole Jashley storyline, the Jason and Ashley, and I was hoping that last night that was going to explode and like Ted was going to find out and Jason was going to go all psycho. I was kind of hoping for that. I'm still hoping for it. I hope that it happens in the next couple of episodes because that is really cool. Let's see. Eva, let's see. A doesn't, I don't know what you're saying here, Eva. Something about doesn't say they were A or they are A. Look at that again. Let me know because I'll try to answer you, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so let's for the last, we have 2 minutes. So let's talk about, oh wait, hold on. I have some questions here. Oh, so that's right. Hugs and Heart. They did kiss, Caleb and no, who are we talking about here? No, I forgot who we were talking about. They did kiss. And Allie embarrassed Mike. Oh, yes, I remember that. Mike and Hannah kissed a long time ago. Totally remember that. So that was in a flashback scene. I would love to see more of that. Totally agree with you. Eva is asking, who do you think will get married first? Between who? Anybody on the cast? I don't know because everyone is like in such turmoil. I mean, Toby and Spencer are not going to work out. Arya and Ezra are not going to work out. Ashley and Ted, not going to happen. So I don't know. Allie and Toby, that would be interesting. I think that he really disliked her. Probably still really dislikes her. But yeah, Eva's saying Allie and Toby. I don't know. Maybe I could ship that. I'm not sure. So we have a little less than a minute left. So I'll let you guys like get in any last minute questions or comments. And I'm like super excited for next week's episode. And I hope that Cody Christian, aka Mike, is not like the rest of the people, or at least the writers, hello Marlene King, on the show who say really exciting things, and then when the episode comes around, like nothing has happened, because I will be upset. I will have to send you a tweet, Cody Christian, and be like, what is up with that? You built up my hopes, and then you crushed them. What do you guys think is going to happen in next week's episode? Do you think we're going to find out what's in the barrel? Do you think we're going to see more Jason and Ashley and Ted drama? And well, we're just about out of time. My last thoughts for you are that I do not trust Leslie. I do not trust Johnny. I do not trust Talia. I think that Holbrook is being framed. I don't know what to think about Mike. It seems like he's on the A team, but I just don't know now because you guys kind of convinced me that maybe he's just trying to help and trying to figure out what's going on with Mona. Is she really dead? Or maybe he's being blackmailed himself. So I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me for this live show here on Instigator and my YouTube channel. And remember, this happens every week at 6 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday night. So I'd love to see you here every week because I think we have a super fun time here. My video will be up on my channel a little bit later tonight, and I hope you will check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do because it's so much fun, and I'm a super PLL fan, and I love interacting with all of you. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.